Should you raise your prices? Yes, I've addressed that on another episode. Should you notify people that you're raising your prices? Listen to this episode and find out. Welcome to another episode of the Wedding Business Solutions Podcast. I'm your host, Alan Berg, speaker, author, sales trainer, website reviewer, here to help you in your wedding and event business sell more, profit more, and have more fun doing it. Enjoy this episode. Hey, thanks for tuning in to this new episode. It's kind of a follow-up to the one that I did that was very popular on Should You Raise Your Prices Now? Chuck Johnson, who's a listener here, thank you, Chuck, gave me a suggestion. He said he already is transparent about his prices. He puts them out there on his website. He's going to be raising his prices. Should he say when he puts the new price on the website that these go into effect on a certain date? And it got me thinking. There's many ways that you could handle this situation. First of all, I applaud him for the transparency. Not because I'm saying everybody should do that, but he's taking that method thinking, well, if they like what they see, like what they read, like what they hear, and the price fits into their budget, they reach out. He's not going to have price objections at that point. And a lot of my clients and listeners who have reached out to me have said that that's their feeling on it, is they're putting the prices out there. Now, I think you need to do more than just put prices out there for transparency, because you need to give them reasons to contact you after they've seen the price and not just shop you around against other people without giving you a chance. So let's go back to Chuck's question. If he's already being transparent, the prices are there, my suggestion was, no, don't put any notification. When you raise your price, put the new price on the website, and that's it. Anybody coming from today on is going to see that's the price. However, give advance notice to people that you've already been in contact with and say, hey, love to work with you, love to make your wedding great. In his case, maybe as an entertainer, love to pack your dance floor and see you guys having a great time on your wedding day, and you and your guests. Our prices are going up on such and such a date. If you book me before then, the old price applies. After that point, if I'm still available, the price will be this. So that would be a way to do it. And I said, don't give them any more than maybe 2 or 3 weeks. You want to create a sense of urgency. If you've already been in contact, you're not saying you have to get married within the 2 or 3 weeks. You're saying you have to book me within that amount of time. So that's what I would do in that case. Now, if you're not being as transparent on your pricing, if you're putting a price range, I would say do the same thing. Just change the price range online, notify the people that you've already been in contact with one-on-one, notify them and say, hey, our prices are going up on such and such a date. If you book us before this date, the old price applies. After that date, if we're still available, the new price will apply. Create the sense of urgency, create the sense of scarcity the same way. If you have not been putting your pricing on your website, then you don't have to do anything as far as the website goes, but I would still do the same thing with notification of your customers to create that sense of urgency. That, hey, if you like us and if you're still thinking about it, maybe this is the thing that'll get them, over the hump there with that. So this is not a question of should you be raising your price. This is if you're already decided to raise your prices. How do you go about notifying people that the prices have gone up? Anybody you haven't spoken to doesn't know what your prices are. So I wouldn't alert them to the fact that, hey, we just raised our prices. I wouldn't do that. Don't say, hey, we just raised our prices. This is what our prices are. That's it. Going forward, that's what our prices are. And you are the ones that have this curse of knowledge that you know the price is going up. So you don't bring that baggage with you into a conversation with someone that you've not given any pricing to yet. So only the people that you've already spoken to, only people you've given a quote to. And this actually leads me to a little side subject. When you're quoting people, you're quoting them based upon your availability at that moment. You're quoting them based upon your prices at that moment. Give somebody a quote. If you have to give them a proposal in writing, either in email or in messaging or in actual writing, then put an expiration on that. There's another discussion here about whether or not you should be holding dates for people. I don't believe you should ever hold a date without having a deposit. Because if there's no deposit, there's no skin in the game for them. And so why not hold the date? If I tell you no, you've just locked up that date for somebody and no commitment on their part. If you want to give them a time that they can change their mind, take the deposit and say, if you change your mind within 3 days, or if you want to go 7 days or something, then we will give you your deposit back. That's fine. but they're showing you a commitment that they really are interested. And please don't make it a $50 deposit unless your price, what you're charging is hundreds of dollars and not thousands and more. You want to get a commitment on their part. So if you want to give them a chance to change their mind, you want to make that their, hey, this is a refundable deposit within 72 hours or within 7 days or 5 days. I like shorter because you want them to make a decision. If they're really interested and they do need to think about it, or they need to confer with someone like, oh, I really love you. I think I want to do this. I just need to talk to so-and-so. And especially if you're a solopreneur where you can only do one wedding on that day at a time, or if they want a particular person from your multi-op. So if you're a photographer or a video or a DJ or whatever, and they want a specific person, that person can only do one wedding that day. Say, listen, if you want to do this, give us a deposit. It'll be refundable within 5 days. And this way you know that Shelly or Chris or Dave or whoever will be available within that time. If you decide to go forward, great. And then whatever your contract terms and additional deposit is. And if you decide not, that's fine. But this way you haven't locked yourself up for too long, but you've given them the peace of mind that if they really do want that person, unless something changes, they're going to get that person. So should you notify people your prices are going up? Yes. People you've already spoken with, give them that sense of urgency. Should you notify people that you have not spoken with and highlight it on your website? I don't think so. I don't think you should say, hey, our prices are going up, unless you're trying to do some sort of a promotion where maybe from a wedding expo or maybe through Facebook ads or something like that, where you're sending out emails or you're putting out an ad and saying, hey, prices go up on November 1st or December 1st or whatever it is. If you have a meeting with us before then, you can lock in the old price if you decide to choose us. So once again, Chuck, thank you so much for this suggestion. I hope this helps you guys. Yes, the one thing I did not address was, what if you have a starting price on your website? Because I don't like starting prices on websites. And if you listen to one of my other episodes, you'll hear that. So keep the suggestions coming. I do listen to them and I do record them. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Wedding Business Solutions Podcast. Full transcripts of this and every episode are available on my website at alanberg.com. And if you have any questions about anything in this episode or any of the episodes, or you'd like to make a suggestion for a future topic or a guest for one of my dialogue episodes, you can email me directly at alan@weddingbusinesssolutions.com. Please subscribe to this channel, post a review if your platform allows it, and if you don't get email updates of the latest episodes, as well as upcoming workshops and masterclasses that I have, you can join at connectwithalanberg.com. I look forward to seeing you on a future episode. Thanks.